Yo, 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 yo. What is up, everybody? We are kicking with the crew. It's your boy Leroy. Got my guys Matt and Trev here with me. Hope everybody's having a great weekend so far, man. How you boys doing tonight?
Chilling, man, chilling. Watching college football, waiting for NFL tomorrow. It's a good weekend.
Hey, I didn't miss the startup from my old man nap, so we're good.
There we
Good.
go. Love to hear that, man.
Better this week. We're off to a better start.
For sure, man.
20 minutes in last time. Like, oh, hey, man.
Hey, you know, sometimes it just be like that.
It be like that sometimes, man. So yeah, hope everybody's having a great weekend out there so far. Hope everybody's enjoying college football this weekend. Another weekend of that, you know, you got to get that in. And obviously, the reason we all came here for, man, Colts football is starting tomorrow. We are officially back in business. Get to see the boys go out there and play, and hopefully break another curse like we did last year. So last year was the first time having back-to-back starters in forever. And this year, hopefully, we can break the week one curse, and hopefully, we get a win.
Dude, it needs to happen. I think we have a good opportunity. Miami, I'm not impressed by them at all. But I think we're set up finally, depending on how Daniel Jones plays, finally set up for hopefully breaking this curse and going 1-0 for once.
Jacob Hillenbrand says, unfortunately, I think we win. I think he's in the boat. He's ready for everybody to get canned and replaced out there. So I think that's why they unfortunately.
I want to win, bro. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care about all that. I'd prefer to win.
Yeah, it's week one. I'd rather have a little bit of optimism. You know, I want to win, get the week one off of our shoulders. Now, if we lose, that's a whole different story. Y'all might see me crash out next week, but that's a different story. But I'm definitely hoping for a win. Oh, he was being sarcastic. So there we go.
Listen, all of my normal hate Shane Steichen fucking comments are ready to go.
Yeah. They're in the pocket. They're ready.
Like, they're ready.
I'm gonna keep them there and kind of let the first couple weeks go, and then if we're 1-3, I pull them out and start slinging them. But
no, I'm slinging them tomorrow. I ain't even gonna wait.
I'll try to wait. I give it like 4 weeks. 4 weeks, and if we're just ass with no improvement over 4 weeks, that's a different story. But I like to give it a little buffer.
I'm gonna keep my door open to the RV so that when like I open it and I want to throw something, I'll just throw it out the door so I don't throw it at anything else. I don't want to break nothing in here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, got to be careful with that. You know. That'd be me in the living room. I'd be trying to not yell at my kids if something goes bad. Like, no,
don't take it out on them. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. We just suck.
Jason Johnson says, "Hey, glad you guys are back. Season is here. Go Colts." Jacob also says, "I hope DJ plays like trash, but we win. Does that work?"
No,
if it does, we would definitely be the team that it would work for.
No, I don't know. We have done it like that in the past. I was
gonna say I don't think that's a good thing though. But I mean, I guess it could work in our favor.
Before week one, my delusional optimism is always at an all-time high. So right now, I'm thinking like, dude, New York was the problem. Daniel Jones is gonna go out there and sling it for 340 yards, 4 touchdowns. Like he's going crazy. He's winning the MVP. We're winning the Super Bowl. That's where I'm at right now. So no, I that doesn't work for me. DJ plays like trash. He's about to be the franchise hero. Okay, I'm all in. All in.
Hold on. I still have a response to
that. Trust me, bro. Trust me.
It's still there.
I'll say something else tomorrow. But right now,
here we go.
Right now, Daniel Jones is going to be a superhero. Do I have faith? No, I do not. That's my delusion.
The only faith that I have, I'm going to try and be as optimistic as I possibly can be with this situation. Because I tell you what now, like I don't think he's very good. If he was on any other team, I'd be trashing and trolling about how garbage their quarterback was. And I've told that to many. So the only reason I'm keeping it optimistic is because he plays for us. So with that being said, I will hold out faith that he has some kind of Sam Darnold resurgence. He's either really average and just gives us enough, And that's about it. That's
Yeah,
what I
no.
got. That's what I got.
Genuine expectation, aside from me being delusional and bullshitting, if he can just manage the game, bro, and if he can just hand it off to JT 25 times and just, take a couple RPOs, couple QB runs, whatever, but like play to his strengths, don't do anything, pick your shots. Pick your shots, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because if we ask Daniel freaking Jones to play hero ball, we're in a rough spot. And we don't need to.
I'm the complete opposite right now. To be honest, I think we need to come out like the Chargers did last night and sling that fucking ball, because I fully expect Miami to be stacking. They are going to stack that box. We're going to end up behind the chains early and often, and it's going to look like when we had fucking Matt Ryan at quarterback and we can't run the damn ball.
I think you got your records backwards there, Tressa.
Yeah, be a hell of a record.
Yeah. I don't think anybody would be complaining about him starting if that was his record.
My delusion would be my actual prediction.
His last 13 starts is 3-13. So
not great.
I'm also tracking that his fucking record against winning teams is god awful.
Yeah, not great. However, Miami, not really a winning team, so maybe we can get off to a good start.
To be real, I'm more concerned about what our secondary does against their receivers. That's really what I'm worried about.
Yeah, I want to see how Lou Anarumo will line that up. And to be honest with you guys, the reason I do have optimism about this team is because honestly, I don't see a lot of questions. I think the problem is we have the two biggest questions.
Yeah.
And that's quarterback and that's edge rusher. And it's, will those two come to fruition, give us what we need? Will Latu break out? Will Daniel Jones be efficient and give us enough? Or AR if he ends up playing and whatnot? So I think everywhere else, I think offensive line, really good. Running back, we already know. Weapons at wide receiver and tight end, I think we got it. Safeties and corners, I think we're solid there. Linebackers, I think we will be really good. I know a lot of fans have their hate for Zaire Franklin, but truthfully, he is a good linebacker, regardless of what you want to say about the missed tackles and whatnot. Still led the league in tackles at the same time. I think our interior defensive line at D tackle, I think it's one of the best in the league. Could possibly be number one. Depth behind them is still questionable as well, but we're talking about starters here, the people that are really going to play a majority. And then edges, Kwity Paye, we know what he'll give us. He's going to give us a solid 6 to 8 sacks typically. I mean, if he has a breakout year, that would be wonderful, but we know he's going to give us 6 to 8 sacks. He's going to be solid in the run game. And Latu, we're not really depending upon him in the run game. I could really care less about what he's going to do in the run game. I need that guy to give us sacks. I need 9 to 13 sacks from Latu this year, nothing less. So we need that from him, and then we need average quarterback play. So, like I said, that's the reason why I'm really optimistic about this year, because if Daniel Jones just give us mid, bro. Like the rest of this team, we've been mid for years and have had bad quarterback play. Just give us mid.
Yeah,
and we should have a very, very good football team. I truly believe.
Yeah, don't try to be a superhero. Like, we don't need you to be a superhero. I just need you to manage. That's it.
Just be mid.
Epitome of a game manager, and I was singing Daniel Jones' praises. You can throw 130 yards and a touchdown. As long as we're winning, I don't give a shit. It was the same thing with like Carson Wentz. Like, some games he played hero ball, but like those games where he would just have 100-something yards and a touchdown, and we'd win by 12, it was like, good job, Wentz. Like, way to go.
I still think that we kind of screwed Wentz over because Frank Reich.
Yeah, we did.
He called a goddamn screen on our own 2-yard line, and the team had no ankles to move. But
that's why Stanford lost to Hawaii. Good job, Frank Reich.
Yeah. But, they didn't bring the juice, man.
No, they didn't go 1-0. They weren't chopping wood, dude.
No.
But no, I mean, I completely agree. And I think, too, like, this is one of those things that kind of plays into our favor to some degree, because I feel like a lot of teams, maybe not teams, but at least media and fans and stuff, are overlooking how solid this roster is because of the quarterback question mark, which is a big one. Like, I'm not overlooking it, and none of us are. We know who Daniel Jones is or has been, and we know who Anthony Richardson has been. So we get that question mark. But the rest of this team is very solid. And it doesn't matter who our quarterback is. Your quarterback has to play our front seven every week. And it's a solid front seven. Is that going to win you 12 games? Probably not. But I think it keeps us competitive. And as you guys said, just average QB play puts us over that kind of mediocre mark. So
yeah, man,
that's all we need from the guy.
You don't have to do much at quarterback with the receivers we have, because they're going to do everything after the catch. I mean, you got Josh Downs, you got Michael Pittman Jr. and Alec Pierce, Tyler Warren. You know, I don't think
all
you
the
really
weapons you could ask for.
Yeah, I don't think you really have to do much. You don't have to try to play hero ball at quarterback. And all you got to do is make the smart decision, make the quick read, get rid of the ball. If it's not there, put it in Jonathan Taylor's hands.
Yeah.
On the check down. That's all I ask, man. I don't need you to be Aaron Rodgers when there's 3 seconds on the clock and I need you to throw a 70-yard Hail Mary. I don't need that shit, man.
If we're in that situation, we've already lost.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's in the fourth quarter and we're losing, I'm not putting the ball. I'm not banking on winning that game.
No. But if we can be a team that has a consistent run game, drains the clock, which I want to talk about a little bit, because that was something we sucked at last year. But like manages the game literally in that aspect, keeps the other team off the field, and then just play solid defense, which I think we'll have with Lou Anarumo. This team is going to be a lot better than the mediocre Colts teams we've seen for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sitting here saying we're going to win the division, we're going to win 12 games, but just average QB play can get us to like that 10-win mark, I think, because we've been right there with bad QB play. So
and terrible defense.
And terrible defense, yeah. So like somehow, like, I hate to sound like Chris Ballard here, but like we've been close. We have been close with worse players and worse playing than what we should have this year, at least on paper. So I
think you know, I'm kind of excited to see what Daniel Jones does, but I am more excited about the defense. Like, we keep kind of like not talking about it because the quarterback it's the big talk, you know. But this defense, I am so excited to see being called without Gus Bradley. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that dude pissed me off on the regular, soft coverage, you know. He had his games though. He had his games where we blitzed over 50% of the time.
But yeah, like, we just never would go back to it.
Yeah, we would just never go back to it.
Third and 4, and you're in like a cover 2, like sitting back on your heels, stuff like that.
And I think that's also a big question mark is what our defense is going to look like. I think it's just as much of a question mark as it is at the quarterback position, and I think I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, 100%, and I think it's going to be a lot better. Like,
I can't wait to see the scheme.
Yeah,
you don't like.
See who's coming from where, what's happening.
We saw little bits and pieces of it in the preseason, and I liked what I saw.
I'm a big scheme guy. I like to see defensive schemes, and I don't know much about Lou because I don't watch Cincinnati like that, you know. So like, I'm pretty excited to see what he does with our guys, you know.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the fact that it's going to be the complete opposite. I mean, like, with Gus, it was 95% of the time, whatever we're showing,
cover 3.
We're in. We're going to be in cover 3. We're not playing press.
We went from the soft
up anything.
We went from the soft Tampa 2 to a soft cover 3. And I like those defenses, but not 90% of the time.
No, exactly. So the way Lou's going to mix it up, we're going to see blitzes. We're going to see simulated pressures. We're going to see all that type of stuff. We're going to see cover 1, cover 0, man. Cover 3 will be in there. We'll see a lot of it will look like 4-2 is what it'll look like, and we'll typically have 6 DBs or 5 DBs on the field. So that'll be a difference that we see there as well. So can't wait to see how that's going to play out.
And I don't think it's a stretch either. Oh, my bad. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, like, I think it's going to be a major difference for us, and I just love the fact that, like exactly what we've been talking about. Like, we've been pretty much average in a lot of places outside of offensive line
right there.
And running backs. Yeah, and just right there every single time while being terrible on defense and then terrible at QB play. Like, I think, like, if we can hit those two things where it be average quarterback play
16th in the league,
and then 10 to 15 on defense, we could really make a huge jump.
No, I mean, I completely agree. And I was going to say, too, as far as Lou Anarumo goes, I don't think it's a stretch to say this might be on paper the best defense he's had at least since the Super Bowl year. Because since he stopped paying their guys, I mean, obviously they had Trey Hendrickson, great talent that we were hoping to get, but he re-signed.
Yeah, but you can start naming us. You can start naming
That's what I'm
us.
saying. Like, this might be, and I'm biased, obviously we all are, but this might be the best roster.
DeForest Buckner, Grover Stewart alone.
For Lou, like the best defense on paper that he's had at least since the Super Bowl year, as far as who's who, as far as having guys. Like you said before, there's a question mark at secondary, mainly because of injury history and all that shit. But you have so many guys that I think should be very good in this scheme.
I think secondary is a big question mark because we're so used to it being god awful. The coverage on the back end has been so bad that like.
Oh, you mean question mark as far as us being able to see it? We haven't seen it.
Yeah, no, like
who's gonna stay healthy?
We've got Xavier Howard, we have Chardavius Ward, Bynum, all those guys added to it. But even when you add names, it was like, we can look back 15 years, 13 years, whatever, when we had like fucking old boy that used to play for the Texans. What the hell was his name? The wide receiver. We used to bring in people.
Andre Johnson?
Andre Johnson. I couldn't think of his name. I knew it was an A in Johnson. I just couldn't remember.
Yeah.
I wanted to say Arian, but I know that was Foster. But
that was Foster.
But like we brought in all these people and like they're big name players, but then they didn't perform to the big name. Like, and I think that's why there's a question mark there for me. Because I like the names and I'm excited to see them, but then at the same time, they still have to be able to perform.
I think the difference there, though, at least as far as Bynum and Ward goes, is these two guys were getting in their prime. Like, both of them just had the best years of their career last year and then signed with us.
Well, not Ward.
You don't think last year was his best year?
No, he came off a down year. He was injured, and then he had some mental stuff going on.
Oh, that's right. No, I did forget about that. You're right about that.
He was coming off a bad year. It was the year before he was all pro.
Yeah.
But he thinks he can get back to that with a fresh start and stuff. But to Trev's point, what I was going to say was, Matt, what you were thinking of is when Grigson used to bring in these guys.
Yeah.
And he'd bring in a bunch of old fuckers with big names. And it was like,
Frank
Gore. Yeah, we got this guy. It basically be like
Frank Gore played well for us.
He did. I'm not
he did, but he also got his Andre Johnson, and it was like, this is Andre Johnson 3 years too old.
Yeah.
And it's like how Pat McAfee would get on a show every day. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, the Colts should bring in Julio Jones," and it's like the Julio Jones that played for the Titans.
Julio Jones is
like no,
retirement.
we don't. Yeah, so that's why I do like these names because, like I said, Charvarius Ward was the biggest name for me. And to Trev's point, is like he didn't come off a huge year, so I like the fact that we could get him on a discount compared to some of these corners that just got paid like $90 million. We didn't have to pay him that high. Then you bring in Cam Bynum, who I wouldn't say he's, superstar, not top five,
better than what we had.
but he's in that 8 to 10 range, and he can make plays on the ball and changes what we're doing on defense. So we go from Juju being our number one corner who couldn't even stay healthy,
couldn't get on the field,
and then practice squad guys rotating every week, to now we actually have depth there and quality players that you're not just bringing in off the streets. And that's
the guys we needed depth for are now the depth.
Exactly.
100%.
Which changes
and they'll be better there too. Like the pressure's off them now. Like you can come in, get snaps, learn from these vets. I think that's a big point too. Cause like aside from the injuries, one of the biggest problems we saw with our secondary these last couple of years playing all these young guys is miscommunications, blown coverages, all that shit. Like, they don't have the knowledge, the experience, and the communication skills yet. And then you bring in these vets. This extends to Xavier Howard as well. Like guys who know what they're doing out there, who know how to communicate, who know how to run a defense as leaders, and you put all of them on the field, then these young guys can learn from it. Like, even if they're not at their best, like Xavier Howard, I know his best years are behind him. But just that fact alone makes him such a great addition to this team that didn't have any of that in the secondary before. Other than maybe Julian Blackman, but he was a young guy himself. So it was just young all around, which isn't always great.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think that's going to be huge for us, not to mention that we still have Jalen Jones. And if he can improve upon what he was doing last year,
I like him a lot.
Obviously being in a new scheme, I think it's very helpful. And he's also quite the, I wouldn't say opposite of Juju, but he has the same intangibles as Juju. He's just not as fast, or he's faster than Juju.
He doesn't have the size necessarily. Like
Who's
Juju's
playing?
huge.
Who's playing opposite of Bynum?
Nick Cross.
Nick Cross.
Okay.
Yeah, Nick
I was
Cross.
making sure it wasn't fucking Rodney.
Also
Thomas.
coming off a career year to be
No,
fair.
I honestly, after I seen the roster came out, I tweeted out and said, "Why is Rodney Thomas still on my team?" Like I don't like he gave
As
us.
long as it wasn't him, I was good.
I don't know what the hell happened to him after year
So
one.
good his
He
rookie
had
year.
such upside, and then
I don't know, man. I don't know. I was big on the guys. I came on the show every week. I was like, did you guys see Rodney Thomas making plays? I think he has playmaking ability. I think it's those things we were just talking about as far as like blown coverage, miscommunication, and just the awareness of the game. I think that's where Rodney Thomas is lacking. So I'm not fully out on him, but I am happy that he's not a starter. I don't blame you, but I think that's a big part of it, though, is like just the lack of awareness. So hopefully he can kind of learn.
What I'm interested to see as well is how do we replace guys like Grant Stewart? Like he wasn't like a huge, impact player, but the type of guy who would step up in the run game from the secondary. Like that's I don't know who we have on this roster that's gonna
Joe Bocci.
I'm big on
Bocci. But he's a linebacker. That's his job. I'm talking secondary.
That's Grant Stewart too.
No, yes,
Grant's
linebacker.
No, he came in a DB package.
No, he was linebacker.
No,
they might have brought him in on dime coverage,
and Bocci
is definitely dime coverage.
and
he's built like a linebacker.
And Bocci is already our best coverage linebacker.
I'm not against that.
No.
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting though. We saw I'm
telling Matt, it's just like with Isaiah Rodgers. I'm telling you, he's about to be that dude. I'm telling you. Watch out for Joe Biden.
I remember seeing his name. I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
And then he got an interception.
I think it helps too. You still have like Olubi and McGraw and Carlisle, like these guys waiting in the wings still. I thought we'd get more out of them, as starters. But if Bocci's taking that job, whoever can run it, I'm fine with it. But
I do think we'll get better too because Carlisle is not currently healthy and he's going to come back. And he was really good in coverage and playing well.
Yeah. I still think he'll play a large role once he's back on the field. But I think we're in a spot where it's like losing him isn't the end of the world. He can go get healthy, come back, whatever. We'll be fine.
I'm gonna jump into some of these comments real quick and I'm gonna ask you guys a question because I kind of spoke about it earlier, but Teresa said Arby's has the meats, but we have the weapons. Ash says, who has trust in Daniel Jones? Absolutely nobody, as the hardballs would say.
I trust him until he gives me a reason not to, which I'm expecting that trust to be gone by about halftime tomorrow.
I think we're optimistic that he just won't be a failure. I think we can have a positive attitude that he should be okay.
What I think is okay is that this might be a different point, is that we're not playing Jacksonville in Jacksonville week 1, so it's one of those things where I'm like, if you're playing Miami's kind of mediocre, their secondary looks like they work at UPS, and it's like, you should be okay. If you play bad and we lose, it's against Miami. It doesn't hurt our chances in the division. Usually we start week 1 against the division and then we kind of, we're all like, oh, well, fuck, we're spiraling downhill from it. It's all downhill from here. So
I definitely like not having a division game week 1.
100%.
You're still ironing so much out in week 1. And we're going to see that across the board. Like there's teams that are going to lose tomorrow that should not lose, but like week 1.
Yeah, we got time that like I can be like, all right, we don't play Jacksonville for a while, so
I think too, just asking like the trust in Daniel Jones, I think it's kind of a two-parter because it's really, do you have trust in Shane Steichen? Because Steichen's the one that made this decision. He said Jones is the guy who can run the offense better, so on and so forth. So if you trust Shane Steichen to be this play caller, this QB guru, all those things that we say, right? Then you trust Daniel Jones. And if you don't, then you don't. But
I don't trust Shane.
We're going to quickly.
Shane has given me every reason not to trust him.
Yeah, I've personally lost all trust in anybody in that building.
I've lost all trust. I've lost a lot.
I just don't think we're trash. Like I really don't think we're trash. So that's why I still have faith that it can change. Now, can Shane regain my trust? Absolutely. But I think from the point of where we drafted Anthony Richardson to keeping Chris Ballard for this long, from going to quarterback to quarterback to quarterback to quarterback to quarterback to quarterback, and then all this info that just keeps coming out, I have lost trust. So can it be earned back? Absolutely. But at this point in time, I trust everybody except for the front office and quarterback.
What drives me crazy is everyone who keeps saying I want AR compared to like Daniel Jones, and I'm like,
I was gonna say let us get down there too.
Okay, go ahead. We'll get down there to it, but like
it was.
I've got a thought on that.
Yeah, because Tyler Diddy, he's from a Coles group chat. He said, I think Rodney Thomas heavily relied on Rodney McLeod to help him with his assignments, which this could be a really good point. Rodney McLeod was a solid vet for us, and he I forgot who he took over for at the time, but he definitely changed the secondary when he started getting some more significant snaps.
I think that's something too, though, that going back to our earlier point, like that's something you could see Rodney Thomas come back into with the limited snaps that he has if he's playing with guys like Bynum that know what they're doing. So hopefully,
you're talking about Rodney Thomas.
Yeah. Like hopefully he can rely on a vet again and kind of learn and look more like his rookie year than the previous year.
I mean, hopefully we just don't see him play at all, to be honest.
I mean, that'd be fine too. But
we got two safeties. I mean, we got if Cross continues to play the way he plays last year and his play elevate with Lou, especially with the way that he'll probably be roaming more to the box. I mean, we'll kind of have to see how it'll go, but I think him along with Bynum, I think it could really elevate. But to this comment, I know Matt has something to say on there. I'm going to let him go, but I just want to throw one comment down here. Just like Matt was saying, for everybody who wants AR, I just want a quarterback who's going to be consistent and win. That's all I want.
Their initials don't matter to me.
Yeah, so my thing on this is it's like, election year when everybody's like, either left, right, and I'm not going to get into the politics of things and be like, whether I'm either side, because I'm not. But the thing is it's like a few years ago, I literally sat there and I said, everybody's debating on who they want to vote for, but you're picking the lesser of two evils. And at this point, it's the same thing with this quarterback situation. Literally, both quarterbacks.
A question mark either way.
Yeah, both quarterbacks have given us every reason to not trust them under center. Both of them have. So at this point, like DeMarco said, all I care about is what I'm going to see starting tomorrow. I don't care what I've seen from AR in the past, which has not been that great. Sure, he'll put the team on his back and he'll try and win the game with his legs or do whatever he needs to do, play hero ball, and Daniel Jones will trip over fucking air. But like, just give me mid-average quarterback play. Whoever plays better is what it is. And at this point, I'm not going to say I want Daniel Jones, and I'm not going to say I want AR. What I want is good quarterback play. Manage the
offense. Yeah.
Yes,
exactly. Execute the offense.
Absolutely.
And they're saying that's Jones right now, so we'll see.
Yep, I completely agree.
I can hold on. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Nope. There's a comment down there that popped up. I'll let you get to it.
Okay. I have zero trust in the organizational leadership. Completely agree with you, Chris. They got to earn our trust back, man. Otherwise, everybody needs to go. Just waiting for either one to happen. Tressa says, I think Carly put Shane in the trick bag. It was his decision to start. Daniel Jones may have sealed his own fate.
It's too early to say if he sealed his own fate. It's really too early because who knows? Whatever he's seeing, maybe he's right. Maybe he chose the right person for the offense. It's the things that we don't see that they keep talking about that made that decision. We're all like, oh, well, we saw this. Or, this was reported on Twitter that AR was doing this. Why the heck would Shane pick Daniel Jones? We don't know. We don't know what happens in the meeting rooms. We don't know what happens when people show up to the, to practice or whatever. We don't see those type of things. So
yeah, exactly. Also to that, I was just going to say, like, I don't think any fate has been sealed. If whatever, just like Matt said, we don't know what goes on, but the reports were that Jim Irsay forced us to draft AR, then forced him to play or whatever. We could easily see from the preseason that, when AR took that sack, I kind of felt like from there, it kind of sealed his own fate in one way anyway, just from the preparation factor. I just think from that standpoint, it just go to show that Shane probably felt like in that moment that he still wasn't ready. It has to be things that you have to be able to protect yourself on. yes, if you look at some of the different breakdowns, many people covered it and talked about it, and QB gurus, Kurt Warner, all these guys, actual people who played the game, will tell you how like simple it is to find the answer on that play. But yes, it is a complicated blitz at the same time, and that's between the ears. And it could have been a moment where he could have been out for a year again. So I just think that there isn't really much to say that fate was sealed. You paid Daniel Jones $14 million to come in and compete for a reason, and so I just think at this point it's now really just on AR to get what he needs to be done, so they can figure out if he's the guy or not.
Yeah, I also just think this is just a little too pessimistic. Like sealed his own fate. Like we're just doomed to go 3-14. I don't see that. Like
No,
we've
me
been talking
either.
about, we just get average QB play. Like no one's fate is sealed. There are 17 football games to play starting tomorrow. No one's fate is sealed until you're either in the playoffs or mathematically removed, which is months from now. So we got a whole season ahead of us. I don't think anyone's fate is sealed about anything.
I also want to look at what Chris Ballard is doing. If you think Chris Ballard is bringing in certain players at certain points after Daniel Jones was already announced as the starter, and you think that they sealed their own fate of being fired by naming Daniel Jones the starter, I don't think anyone's really paying attention. Because if Chris Ballard is still trying to fill gaps, he's still trying to fill holes, he's still trying to bring in depth. He brought in Xavier Howard after the fact of Daniel Jones being named the starter. You don't bring in a guy like Xavier Howard, whatever your thoughts on him are, if you think that your season's over. He's bringing in a guy that he thinks is going to help win games, help win the division, help make the playoffs, and make a run. Yeah, and that's what Chris Ballard has been doing. A lot of people are praising what Chris Ballard is doing at trying to fill holes, but at the same time, we think we sealed our fate because we put Daniel Jones as a starting quarterback. I don't think we're really paying attention.
No, there's a whole season. There's a whole season. And also, too, like, I hate to just use other guys as examples, but there was a point in time when everyone would agree Sam Darnold had sealed his fate, and now he's got paid to be the franchise quarterback in Seattle after a career in Minnesota. Like, football can change on a dime, man. I'm not predicting that's happening with Daniel Jones, but I'm just saying, if you're going into the season with the mindset of our fate is sealed or like if we suck, this and that, you're doing football wrong. Like, be optimistic. Everyone is 0-0 right now, except for the 4 teams that played these last couple of days. Anything's possible right now. So,
bro, look at Carson Palmer. I mean, he was where he, you know what I'm saying? He made a career after leaving a team for playing for them for a few years. You know what I'm saying? Like he was.
I mean, also to that same point, Sam Darnold's fate was never really sealed. It was just in New York. And same thing happened with Geno Smith. Once
great example.
I'm not saying that could be the same thing, but just saying.
But there's precedent there that it can't.
I mean, Baker Mayfield.
Oh, yeah. He's the best example.
Also, I think if anybody's thinking our fate is sealed, like our fate is going to be sealed in the mid category. This is why I keep laughing at the people who want to put up mock drafts or saying which quarterback they want next year out of the 26 class. And I keep telling we're not finishing high enough to get a quarterback. So you guys need to let that go. Like, we're not that bad. So unless everybody just gets injured on defense and our offensive line is terrible, then there's no way we're going to.
I mean, the last 3 years we've finished around 50,
500,
9-8, and we had in my opinion, I think we had worse QB play than what we would get out of Daniel Jones. So
exactly. So
like worst case, I mean, aside from injury and shit, worst case we're probably looking at another 7-8 win season. You're not getting a great quarterback there. So
no, yep. and I don't really see us losing more than 8 games.
No. Yeah, I think 6 is our worst case scenario.
Agreed.
Talon said he feels pretty confident about the roster outside of QB. Absolutely agree. Jacob Hillenbrand said, "Do you want to have fun watching this football game?"
This is the other comment. This is the other comment I wanted to. Yeah, listen. I don't know who. Like, I understand the aspect that AR is fun to watch. He's a highlight. Like watching Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson is essentially fun to watch. Offense is fun to watch. Football to me is fun to watch either way. I don't care if the offense stinks.
As long as
that's Super Bowl between fucking what was it? The Rams and the Patriots, where it was all punts and field goals.
Like 12-9.
Yeah, I enjoyed the shit out of that game. That game to me was fun. I was like, oh, another punt. Cool. Defense is playing well. And I'm a defensive guy. Everyone knows that. So, yes, I think either way, I'm going to have fun watching the game as long as we're winning. If we're losing, I'm not having fun.
I just want to kind of pump the brakes on this too. Like I'm gonna make a couple of people upset with this because I know we have AR super fans and I appreciate it. But like I watched every game AR played the whole game. It wasn't always fun. There are highlights when he throws it, 65 yards and it's awesome. But there's also him overthrowing, underthrowing, missing guys, getting hurt, throwing picks. Like all that comes with it too. So are there fun? It's like Carson Wentz on steroids.
His fun plays were 1 out of 5. If I'm like, being real,
not consistent enough. And I'm not hating on AR. Like I still pull for the guy. I still want him to become a great quarterback for us. All the above. Like I'm still all about it. But let's also be a little realistic here. It's not always fun watching AR play quarterback.
No, it's not.
It was a feast or famine offense. He either throws a 70-yard touchdown or he freaking goes
or he overthrows a fucking 8-yard hitch. Like
it was without fail. So no, it's not always fun, man. But winning is always fun. And I don't know if Daniel Jones is going to bring that, but whoever plays quarterback, if they can win, that's a lot more fun than the potential game.
Agreed.
I'm just saying it's for me, as long as it don't look like Matt Ryan 2022.
Yeah.
Agreed. And it don't look like Joe Flacco, then I'm cool, man.
Listen, I'll say I do think that we're not going to have a season like Matt Ryan. I will say that. I mean, that was Frank Wright that was kind of like he was done. And then
on his way out.
Jeff Saturday comes in, and that guy never coached a day in his life. So
it still won a game.
So
Sam Ehlinger playing quarterback.
Yeah, I feel Trisha says I feel both ways. We did draft him at QB. He's not learning from the bench. He needs to play, but he wasn't developing, so they went with Jones. I'm at the point where I just want to win fucking games. Absolutely.
I'm right there with her.
Jacob said, or Nathan said, "Be right before that. Welcome back, Anthony Walker."
Hell yeah.
Jacob says, "Could have been bringing in guys the last 9 years. Of course, he doesn't."
See, I don't like this comment. Not at least before week 1.
Too late.
If this comment would have came like week 17 and we've only won 2 games, sure, a little too late. But if we start winning games, we win the division, we make the playoffs. This is one of those comments we're gonna look on and be like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Because bringing in guys at any point, let's say like the last 9 years, he didn't bring people in like we wanted him to. But like we said earlier, he didn't bring in old heads, people who were out of their prime. He brought in guys who are still in their prime. They're still young. They can still perform at a high level.
I think too, like, I don't know, this is weird. Like the criticism of Ballard over his tenure here is warranted. It's fair. He said, I believe in our guys. I trust in our guys for the longest time when the guys weren't getting it done. And then you had the whole quarterback carousel. I understand that. But then on the flip side, like it or not, for this season, the 2025 season, he's the GM. And this past offseason, he did bring in guys. So can we talk about his whole career? Yes, he probably hasn't done enough of bringing in guys. And I think that's fair to say. But too little, too late. Again, like the pessimism to me is unwarranted because everything's in front of you right now. We're 0-0. Like everything's in front of you. He had a great offseason this past year. If you could just pretend that Briss Callard instead of Chris Ballard was the GM this past offseason, people would be singing his praises because he brought in all these guys. He had a solid draft, it seems. Like did everything that you wanted him to do this offseason. So
I've been screaming to bring in secondary for I don't know how many years since we started this show. And like I can completely ignore what Chris Ballard has done in the past because he's finally answered my damn questions. He's finally done it. And I don't care if it's 9 years into his tenure. He did it. So
I care, but like I'm willing to see.
But it's a new season.
Out, you know?
It's a new season. So I'm not sitting here like, oh, this affects us last year. I don't give a shit about last year.
It's over and done with, man. It's spilled milk. It sucks, and the criticism is fair. I'm not saying it's not fair, but like it's spilt milk when we're a day before week 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I tend to agree with Jacob here on the could have brought in guys the last 9 years part. I think we've talked about this quite a bit, and I think
I'm not disagreeing with that part.
That he should have been doing this for years. But as far as it goes for this year, I think this is Chris Ballard finally pushing his chips into the table and really admitting his mistakes and finally getting what needs to be done. I do think It's too little, too late because I believe he should have gotten fired last year. I'm kind of over his whole regime at this point, so I do kind of get what you're saying, but I wouldn't say for this season that you're
Just
if that's
give it a
what you mean.
chance. Yeah.
I think his season is over this year. If you're talking about this year, then I have to disagree with that portion of it. But overall, Jacob, I agree with pretty much what you're saying. As Nathan is saying here, DeMarco, shaking my head. You guys can't beat the UCF Bulls, man.
You weren't on the field. What are you supposed to do?
Hashtag Fire Billy. That's where I'm at. But anyway, we got to a lot of these comments. We're not going to forget about you folks, but I wanted to get into some other questions because we don't want to spend the whole time talking about quarterback. We got 54 other players that play on this team. So I wanted to get into this because I had kind of answered it earlier. But to you guys, like I was saying earlier with the defense, because that's kind of where all of this is going to rest for me, at least for our season. How do you guys feel that the defense is going to be specifically edge-wise? Just because I feel like that's where everything is really going to, kind of give us our wins and losses of what we're going to do this year, specifically Latu. How do you guys feel about that?
If I'm being honest, I'm excited about Latu. We didn't really get to see much preseason-wise when it comes to the edge or training camp. I mean, but you hear a lot of things, and from what I'm hearing from, DeForest Buckner, Grover Stewart, those guys who actually spoke on Latu, I'm hype about Latu. And I think this is the season he does break out. I know we've talked about Kwity Paye breaking out, but we've talked about Kwity Paye breaking out for 4 years. I can go back to an episode where we just had that same conversation. But I think I'm pretty excited about our pass rush, and I think that kind of goes more towards the changes in defensive coordinator. Our scheme's going to be different. Our secondary looks different. I think our edges are going to be great, in my opinion. I think this year we can probably expect a whole lot more sacks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at the point where I'm like cautiously optimistic about it. I don't think the number of sacks hasn't been the problem. Like we had a lot of sacks last year, and just as far as
numbers went down last year, Trev.
Yeah, the year prior. Then, like I said before the show, man, I'm mixing up these past 2 years because they've been so mediocre.
They blended together.
But I'm missing my own point here. The sacks have kind of been there, but not consistently from edge rushers. It's usually like Buckner getting in, whatever. But the reason I'm cautiously optimistic, I think Latu showed you enough last year where he was getting pressures, and that was the big thing we missed, right? We would get sacks, but we did not consistently pressure the quarterback. And then Latu comes in his rookie year. I think he got like 5-6 sacks. He had a handful, but
yeah,
four sacks last year. But he had pretty solid, consistent pressuring the quarterback and just getting in the backfield, which you love to see from a rookie. So I think he escalates his game. I also really like the rookie we brought in from Ohio State, Tuimoloau, JTT. I can't say it for the life of me. Tuimoloau, thank you. But everyone on that Ohio State team, national championship team, talks so highly of JTT as one of their leaders. We bring him in. I think he's going to be a guy. I think you're going to see the same thing you saw with Latu last year, where maybe he's not always finishing the sack, but he's applying pressure. And when you have both of those guys coming off the edge doing that, as well as Kwity Paye being solid, maybe he never broke out. Maybe he just is who he is at this point, but he's a solid edge rusher, seals the run, so on and so forth. Tyquan Lewis, Samson Ebukam coming back. You have guys that you can rotate if you want, or you can just leave guys out, whatever. But you have enough guys on that line that I expect a very strong year from our D-line. And that's not even accounting for the fact that all these crazy blitzes Lou's going to throw in, it's going to open the game up for them even more to get after the quarterback. So
what else I need to see is the more impactful sacks when the sacks happen.
Sure,
we've gotten sacks on first down.
Third and long.
We've gotten sacks on second down, and then we're in 3rd and 18 and quarterbacks scramble out, and we end up letting up 25 yards. And so what I want to see is okay, sure, get that first down sack, second down sack, but I want to see those third down sacks. Yeah, I want to see those impactful plays that'll stop an offense from extending the goddamn drive that should have ended.
Giving up 3rd and 18.
That's the part that used to drive me nuts with Gus Bradley calling this defense is just
Well, because you knew every time he's going into his base coverage because he thinks on 3rd and long it'll be fine to just sit back and zone.
Yeah, third and long was just 3rd and short when you play our defense. It didn't make a difference.
That exact scenario, 3rd downs, is where I'm so excited for Lou Anarumo. in a room. Coach Lou, for God's sake.
Lou Anarumo.
All these freaking names on our team now, dude. Freaking Coach Lou. I'm excited about him on third down, specifically for that reason. Just because the blitzes he's going to throw, people aren't going to know what to expect.
Name I can announce.
You said what?
I said somebody said that the other day. They said, "I just want a quarterback's name I can announce."
Yeah, Daniel Jones. I got it.
Yeah, so we actually so our defensive statistics last year we went from 51 sacks in 2023 to 36 sacks in 2024.
It was 2 years, bro. I don't know why I'm doing that, man. I'm mixing up the last 2 years. It's because we haven't done anything of note.
We haven't really done anything.
9 and 8, 8 and 9, like they're blending together in my brain now. But
Yeah.
either way, yeah. But overall, just to kind of underline the point there, I think all of us are pretty optimistic about the D line as a whole. But these edge rushers, I think Leatu Latu is set for. I don't know if I'll call it a breakout because I don't know if he's going to get 11, 12 sacks. But I think he gets 8 or 9, and I think he has a lot of pressures with him too. So I'm pretty excited about Latu.
Yeah, and then also we scored 19 less points than we scored in 23 in the year 24. Gave up more points in 24 as well. So that was some drop-offs there. And just pretty much a lot of negative. I mean, we did get better in points, I guess. We went from 28th in points down to 24. But then we got worse in yards given up. So it's a lot of stuff there. I mean, even if you look at some of our QB play, if you look at where our offense is, we went from we got Steichen in 23, right? Yeah. So we've been 10th and 17th in points, 15th and 13th in yards. So it's been pretty consistent there. So this is literally for us has all been about defense and what we can do there.
But yeah, I'm glad you brought up like these smart stats and stuff. The number one, and I've talked to you guys about it. I don't know how much we've talked about it on the show, but the number one issue that I feel has been plaguing our team is the feast or famine offense, and it's not staying on the field. Like our time of possession is consistently, I don't know exactly what it ranks at, if you could pull that up, but it's not great ever. Like I remember they showed it on TV one point last year, and we were like 30th or some shit. Like we're in the gutters of the league time of possession. But it's because like that's Anthony Richardson ball, love it or hate it. He's either going to throw a 70-yard touchdown and it's going to make all the highlight reels and it's incredible, or he goes 3 and out. But like we did not. Even if you love the guy, you have to be objective here and say we did not get enough consistent offensive drives with Anthony Richardson, with Joe Flacco, with Sam Ehlinger, with any of the quarterbacks that have played the last 2-3 years. We don't get offensive drives. We get these big highlight play touchdowns, and we get 2 or 3 of them to where we're in the game. But then we go 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, fumble, interception, 3 and out. Like, can't do it.
Real quick. Fuck
Duval.
The only thing to say.
Or should I say how your new coach says it? Duval.
Duval.
This man. And I'm so glad we're not playing Jacksonville week 1, bro.
No.
I wouldn't even. I'm all right. I'm skipping week 1
because they'll win.
Yeah.
So back to what Trev was asking about. So in 2023, when we had Gardner Minshew at quarterback, our time of possession was ranked 26th. 28 minutes a game.
And that's uncalled for when you got a guy like Jonathan Taylor. I'm sorry.
No, yeah.
And then it went down. Our time of possession went down to 30th from 26. So
yeah,
it seems like this has just been the Steichen theme of not really having the ball a ton of the time. So
yeah, you can't have it. We have to find a way, and I don't give a shit who does it, man. I don't care if Jason Bean comes out there. If he can give us an offensive drive, I don't give a damn who plays quarterback. I know that's the only thing people are talking about with the Indianapolis Colts. I don't give a damn. If you can go first down, second down, third down, convert, first down, second down, third down, convert, even if it's for field goals and then a touchdown here, whatever, that's how you win games in this league. Keep the other team off the field. Like everybody is good at this level, except for the Tennessee Titans. Everybody is good, right?
Or the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So you have to keep the other team off the field. If you're in the bottom of the league with time of possession, I don't know who those other teams are, but I bet None of them are playoff teams. Like, that's not how you consistently win.
You said the other teams that are at the bottom, Trey?
I'd bet. I don't know that for a fact, but I would wager that every other team that's in that bottom 5 of time of possession are terrible.
The two teams that are let me just say who was in the general area of us. New England missed the playoffs.
No offense.
The Jets missed the playoffs. Seattle
No
missed
offense.
the playoffs. New Orleans missed the playoffs. Carolina missed the playoffs. And Jacksonville Jaguars missed the playoffs.
That's our peers, by the way. That's who we're with, because we all do the same thing. Feast or famine. Well, some of those teams don't even get the feast. They just go 3
The only team that was near us that made the playoffs was the Denver Broncos.
Yeah. And I bet you if they're in that same bracket this year, they won't. Like, it's not a consistent way.
Real quick, Scott, hold on. Go back to that comment.
My bad.
Listen, I think we're gonna win, but I don't want you to put your money on the game on draft.
We don't make financial advice on
because
this
I don't do that. All right, I'm not
you gamble at your own risk, brother.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna. Faith, but...
I'm not gonna feed into your gambling.
No.
All right? It's not happening.
Well, those guys told me it was a lot.
Dude.
I also said Daniel Jones is gonna throw for 340 yards. Like, don't.
And see, that's my thing with the Colts. The only two things I'm not betting on is a Week 1 win or a win in Jacksonville. Those are the two things that I would never tell you. I would tell you can bet against the Chiefs, us beating the Chiefs. You can bet us beating the Baltimore Ravens. You can bet us beating the Eagles. But Week 1 and down in Duval, don't waste your money.
Not happening. Yeah, I'm not
don't waste your money.
Don't even tune in. Take your family out for a walk. Enjoy the nice fall. Like, don't turn the TV
Don't
on.
even tune in.
Take a break.
Don't even tune in.
Take a break. Get closer with your religion that day. I don't know. Do something peaceful.
Hey, if you don't know Jesus, tomorrow you should go find him. All right?
Week 1 and in Duval, we do not watch. We might not do a show. We might just stay home that week, man.
I have a perfect troll picture that we have to use. What are you talking about?
Save your mental health, bro. Just
save your mental
But
health.
I wanted to jump into this one.
We're gonna go see my therapist the week we play Jacksonville.
In Duval, yes.
In Duval, yeah.
No, I think Trav got it right there. When we played him in Duval, just go on a nice vacation.
Hey, I already
forget about football.
I already have an appointment scheduled for Monday for my therapist. That they thought it was for some other stuff. It's because it's week 1.
I just want to talk about the Colts, man. Week 1.
I just want to talk about how my favorite team kills me at least twice every year. Every year.
And then I'm gonna start crying too.
Yeah, that's when a good therapist tells you, well, this isn't good for you. You should stop. Well, no, I'm gonna tune in next week.
No, I'm gonna keep being depressed. I just need you to listen.
I don't care.
Oh my god.
Hold on, I need a we gotta get back.
Tressa said Kwity Paye was born in a refugee camp in Uganda, so to me
that's
he
pretty
has
cool.
a dream.
I didn't know that.
I just want to say this about this, and like I really do this with all due respect. And I mean, like I get the whole dream part of it, but there was one coach that once upon a time had said, "I don't want the kid that came up thinking this is a dream. I want the kid that's still coming up like he's starving. I want a dog. Like I want you hungry." And I think that's what this Colts team needs. Like me, I wouldn't say I'm relatable to Kwity Paye with growing up in a refugee camp, but I'm from the hood and I came up a long ways away from where I grew up. And so like when you get there, you're not there. Like keep building. I want these Colts players to have the hunger that they need to come out and kill every single week, especially on defense. I think that's a lot of the edge has fallen off from these Colts teams. And I think that's where we fall.
I want to add on to that. I do want to say we talk a lot about Kwity Paye having a breakout year or not. And I've always been that guy that was like, I've been waiting on it. I will say that there has not been a moment where I'm like, Kwity, what the fuck are you doing? Right? Like I've looked at the defense at times and I've been like, what the fuck are you doing? But never specifically Kwity. So I will say, like, Kwity is probably one of those guys where I'm like, I don't really want to see him walk because he doesn't really mess up. He's not that guy that's in the wrong position at the wrong time.
And,
but I agree with you about them wanting to continue to be dogs because that's what we need. And I said it to you the other day in text message. I don't care who it is. I want them all to be dogs. I want Daniel Jones to become a fucking MVP caliber quarterback. I don't want people to be like, I want to lose because I don't like Daniel Jones. I want Shane gone. I want Chris gone. I don't give a shit about any of that at this point. It's week 1. I want everyone to be dogs. I want Daniel Jones to be the fucking best quarterback in the league. And if he's not, bench him. Then I want AR to be. Actually, I don't want anyone benched. But I'm just saying. I want every player on this team
out. I need
10.
them all to come out like some dude just walked up and smacked their wife's ass. That's how mad I need each and every Colt tomorrow.
Yes.
Like, be ready to kill. Like that. That's what I need, man. That's what I need.
I think too, just with Kwity Paye specifically, like we never hop on here bashing Kwity. Usually, like the criticism you hear from us at least is because the expectation was so high. Like we got this guy
to be elite.
Round, and it was like, look, he's a raw prospect, kind of like Anthony Richardson, honestly, where it's like he's a raw prospect, but the ceiling is so high. And it's just he hasn't reached that ceiling, but he's a good player. He does a lot.
His pressure rate in college in that 2019 year was like, I want to say it was like 24 to like 26%. Dude, that was like one of the highest pressure rates. He just didn't have the sack. So it's like when we got him, it was like, okay, Kwity can do it. He could probably come in
and he's still
and he's just been and again, this isn't hate for Kwity, like they said, but like we just got too many solid players.
Yeah, exactly.
We need the elite. Yeah. We need the guys to finally take us over the top. Let's
also discuss in the interior. We got some guys that are aging on the interior defensive line too, which kind of impacts the edge at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like DeForest Buckner 6 years ago was taking double teams. Now he's not taking double teams anymore.
I don't know, man. I don't think their play is falling off at all.
I'm not saying it did. I'm saying he doesn't take as many double teams as he used to.
You said Buckner?
Yeah, because he even made a comment about it in the offseason.
I thought Buckner was still pretty heavily double.
I'm not saying he's not. That's not what I'm saying.
But less than
everybody's taking it out of context.
No.
I'm just trying to understand. No. I mean, I get what you're saying. He's not going to be that same elite player as when we got him.
No, so this wasn't like a comment on DeForest. I'm just saying how it may have impacted Kwity Paye or these edge rushers because people aren't double teaming DeForest as much as they did 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying DeForest's play fell off. I'm not saying like anything negative to DeForest. I'm just saying he's not as double teamed as he used to be, and that's probably a test to Grover Stewart and his rise in his performance as well. So but that does impact the edge, where the edge now they don't get these free shots.
They might have that double flow.
Yeah, I was gonna say okay. So basically, that's a little bit of crediting other players for developing as well.
Yes, our defensive line as a whole is solid, and teams can't just be like, "Well, I'm going to focus on DeForest or I'm going to focus on Grover." It's now I got to actually focus on both of them. I can't just double team the one.
Got to pick your poison.
Yes. Because to me, Grover Stewart, in my opinion, Grover Stewart's one of the best run-stopping defensive tackles in the league. He's completely underrated.
I think DeForest Buckner is one of the best pass rushers. I'll say both pass rusher and run stuffer. And then Grover is one of the best run stuffers in the league. Kobe Robertson is saying here? So this is a big thing that came out. So Kobe Robertson is saying here, I just tuned in, so maybe it's been discussed, but I do have a serious question. How's the feeling within Colts Kingdom about the Carly Ursay being on the sideline with the play sheets and headset? So basically, it came out. No. So basically, this came out early in the year. That she said that she has the play sheet and the headset, and she listens to it and whatnot. And this is nothing new. This is like many people follow the Dove climbing on Twitter or the JPA football. Like I just had this chat today. I can't say if you follow the Colts, but this has been information that's been there forever. She's been listening and calling and listening to calls and play sheets and stuff for years. So she's been learning the game. She's been wanting to learn it just like her dad knew it. So this is nothing new. And basically when the topic came up, they asked her. And she said they asked her, why does she do it? And the reason is because she said she knew that one day she would be an owner and take over. And when she was first a part of the hiring process of hiring Chuck Pagano years ago, she said that she wanted to learn the game and understand because one day she will need to hire a coach. And she wanted to be able to know if a coach was bullshitting her on what they're calling plays, on what they're teaching guys.
Yeah.
She didn't want to be one of these owners that are just owning the team and just telling people, hey, you get it right, you do it right, you blah, 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 blah. She wanted to know and understand. So she has nothing to do with what's going on in the coaching staff, with the team, with any of it. She just wanted to be a more knowledgeable person about the game, which she also stated that she never played in the National Football League, and that's why she does it.
I'm with it. Yeah, I don't see how it would be problematic or anything whatsoever. Like, you want a knowledgeable owner. There's plenty of teams out there, Dallas Cowboys, that don't have knowledgeable owners. So, to me, yeah, if she's committed to learning the game and knowing what she's doing and not being bullshitted, I'm all about it.
You know what? And I come to think of it, and I'm like, I know a lot of people don't watch NASCAR. I watch NASCAR, you know, and I've been to races and things like that. And when you go to a race, you could pay, I think it's like $40-$50, and you get a headset, and you're listening to crew chiefs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And as like that, I think that'd be cool as shit if I went to a fucking Colts game and I'm like, hey, let me get a headset and I'm listening to the play calls. I'm listening to what's happening on the sideline. I can't impact the game, right? Because I can't communicate. So I'm just listening.
But you see that next level of it.
And I think that. Yeah. I don't think it really matters. I think that'd be cool as shit. I mean, if I was a fan and I went to a game and they were like, hey, you can pay this amount of money for a headset and you can listen into the play calls, I'm paying it. I think that'd be cool as shit. I think that's kind of cool.
I don't know why anybody would be against it personally. I'm all for it.
As long as you don't impact the game.
If she was walking up to Shane and being like, what the fuck are you doing? Then that's a different
What the hell was that play called on Thursday?
Yeah, way in the back. Like she's minding her own business.
If you want to chew him out.
She's been doing it for years.
So. If you want to chew him out after the game, that's when you do it. But don't bother him mid-game.
Yeah,
don't bother him.
But they've never done that. She's never interfered with anything. I don't think she will. They don't seem like those type of people. The Ursays in general. So no, I don't see it being problematic at all. I think it's a good thing that she wants to understand the game and take this franchise to the next level. So I'm all about it.
Another key point to what Trev said is that she's going to let people do their jobs, and that's one of the things that her dad has taught her. You hire people, let them do their job.
Yeah,
and that's
what
the Ursays have always done.
You can't really own a team and not know the game.
Yeah,
and her. Like you can, because you can understand the business aspect of it.
Like Walmart, the Broncos, the Walmart owners, you hire people that know what they're doing.
Yeah, but the fact that she wants to know the game, she wants to learn the game, she listens to it, she's hearing it. She's probably asking questions at the same, like at the,
she does.
When she comes in, she's asking questions like, hey, why did you call this at this point? Hey, maybe she's sitting in the meeting rooms and watching film with the team too.
She does.
To me, I'm all fucking for it.
Dude, it shows that investment, that like commitment to like this is my team, and not like rest in peace, Jim. It is their team, like the daughters in general. So she's invested in it. She wants 100%. To be a part of it. Like those type of owners are what make a franchise really take off. So maybe we're not there yet, but like that gives me that encouragement, that optimism that whatever happens this year, we have owners that are committed to the team that are going to make this thing work. So
the thing is that she's going to know when it's Shane's fault.
Yeah. That's a
she's going to know when it's Shane. She's going to know when it's Chris. And she's going to know at the time of, okay, it's time to move on from either one or both at the same time. And
that's going to be important, especially if it goes to shit here, like a lot of our fans seem to think it will.
And then when she goes to hire,
we ain't got to worry about her hiring the car salesman from down the street.
Yeah, whenever she goes to hire someone, she's gonna know exactly what she's looking for. And I think lately we've been impacted from Jim, aging and supposed rumors. I say supposed rumors of him still being on drugs or whatever. I don't know the case. It just kind of came out, and I'm not gonna listen to it. Don't care. Rest in peace. But we may have been impacted by that as, while he was still the owner. But now with his daughter, Carly, being this invested, she might make better decisions moving forward because she's understanding what's happening with the team, coaching staff, front office, everything.
Yeah. I also, too, because we're on the topic of the Ursays, obviously they're honoring Mr. Ursay tomorrow and then all season 2 with the patch. Like, dude, if you ever needed a little extra boost of encouragement for the players, if they don't come out with their pants on fire to go win for Big Jim, dude, we got to have a talk about this whole
Then
roster.
They don't belong here. Yeah,
exactly.
They don't belong here.
It's like, because I know we were talking earlier about just, be a dog, come out with that right mentality and stuff. But, that's just that extra boost, man. Jim Irsay wanted to see a Super Bowl. He predicted we win multiple in the decade. Obviously, he was a wild personality, but if you don't go out and compete with that Irsay patch on your jersey, there's no spot for you. You're like plain and
100%.
simple.
Agreed.
Absolutely, man. I think that's huge for us. So yeah, let's jump into the next one. So another concern. Before I get into that, Trev, you might not like this too much, but you guys are up 10-0.
Oh, I'm watching. I got it up. It's a dogfight.
Yeah,
The defense is balling though.
But yeah, another concern that Colts fans did have is right guard and center. They didn't really like the way we played too much in the preseason.
I'm not worried about it.
Kind of got whooped on in joint practices and whatnot. Getting ready to head into week one. Going to be I'd say pretty decent defensive line, and they just added Matt Judon to that Dolphins squad. How are you guys feeling about the offensive line with center and right guard being very?
I think this goes down to what I have underneath my name. Questions will not be answered tomorrow, right? When it comes to offensive line, it's going to take a few games for us to figure out the rotations. We're probably going to switch people out multiple times before we get it solidified. There are a lot of questions at center and right guard. Pretty much, I've always had questions on the whole right side of our line. Even Braden Smith, not his ability or his talents, but his health.
Yeah.
But I think this is something that we're gonna have to see how they perform tomorrow and how Shane makes those changes, because there's going to be changes. We do this every year with our offensive line. We go through 10 different, setups at offensive line before we get it solidified and we start taking off. So,
well, I think too, because you said center and right guard. At least personally, I mean, I'm not worried about center. Tanner Bortolini, I'm a big fan of his. Obviously, he's good in the run game. I think his ceiling is very high to be a very good center in this league. And not for nothing. I mean, obviously, he didn't want to pay a guy, being Ryan Kelly, just how he was, on the wrong side of 30 and everything. But the fact that they were comfortable letting him walk with Bortolini stepping into that starting role also gives me a vote of confidence that this guy can be very good. I think right guard is a fair question. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Uncalvis is the listed starter right now. But I think you might see, like Matt said, you might see a couple of guys play right guard. I don't know if that job is solidified yet. I think there are some questions there, but I'm not too worried about it. It doesn't really freak me out or anything. I think as a unit, right, we have enough guys there, like legit guys with Raymond, Nelson, and Braden Smith, that they'll figure it out. They'll get these rookies playing on their level, or at least on the level they need to be, and it should be fine. I'm not worried about like a 2022 disaster.
I think if you also think about it a little more, everyone's concerned about how they performed at training camp, because watching the preseason games, I didn't really see where the offensive line was really a concern to me. But I did see it, or hear about it when it came to joint practices and things like that. But at the same time, those joint practices were focusing heavily on like quarterbacks and sacks, and however many times they drop back, 11 times, whatever. You may not see that same, pressure percentage or whatever in a mid game.
Well, not for nothing either. I think it's fair that we have these criticisms and joint practices, because what's happening in those, like you said, quarterback play, they were in a quarterback battle, like a legit battle. So they're splitting snaps. This guy might call protections this way, that guy might call, like, it's different. And Quentin Nelson even voiced that frustration of like, having so many different quarterbacks, which God knows he's earned it by now. Like, he's been here since 2018, has never had the same starting quarterback every year. But that makes a difference. I think you'll continue to see that as they get used to Deion Jones. So what I'm more concerned about than the offensive line is if we play this quarterback game through the season, going back and forth, benching guys because they stink, whatever it happens to be, you're going to see the offensive line also deteriorate because they have to constantly adjust to who's taking the snaps. So the best thing for them right now would be consistency.
It's also got to go down to how Shane uses JT and how we run the ball.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that
saying?
Needs to be run the damn ball. That needs to be the offense.
Yes.
Yeah, I also agree with what Matt started there. That's pretty much what I told plenty of people, most people who had concerns about right guard and center. I just thought it was something that it was something that we've dealt with before. Outside of center, everything else has been changed and moved. and I just let people know like it's going to come down to development. I think we'll start a little rough. We'll see some games where it's like a little iffy with the offensive line, probably weeks like 1 through 4. But I think by mid-season we'll be churning things out just like we did before. A lot of people sit there and complained about, oh, Will Fries is gone and Ryan Kelly's gone. Well, Ryan Kelly had his bad games and his stretches too. And then, like Trev said, he was getting up in age. And then with Will Fries, he was a 7th-round pick that we developed from start to finish. So
let's not skip over that. Like, that's important.
Exactly. So let's not act like Coach Tony Sperano won't have these guys ready to go. So I think it'll be something that's going to be a little work in progress for us. But I think for the most part, I think offensive line will come together.
Yeah, I think if we really look back on previous seasons, right guard has always been a question.
Always.
So this isn't something new. This isn't something, quarterback, right guard. That's been a question for years. So here we are.
The crazy thing is, what was it? The year before last, people had major questions about Will Fries until he started to put a stretch together.
Yeah.
Who was that other dude we put in there that was just god awful? I can't remember his fucking name.
I think it was not Josh Seals, but it was somebody else.
Somebody else. That dude was god awful. One of the worst offensive linemen. What the fuck?
I was thinking LaRaven Clark, but that was years ago. He was just that bad that it sticks out in my head. I mean, we had the last time we had like a very solid right guard consistently, I feel like was Glowinski, but even he fell off towards the end. So I don't know. It's not.
I really liked Glowinski.
He was a very solid player.
We had the top offensive line in the league when it was,
and I love that you said that about development too, DeMarco, because like I think Coach Sperano and this O-line room in general, they've shown enough throughout these past several years now where it's like, let's have a little faith. All right, if there's a couple groups we can trust, like O-line is one of them. Obviously, there was 2022 where they stunk, but that was also a lot with Matt Ryan calling his protections and stuff. I think they finished even that year much stronger than they started. So notwithstanding, like this group has earned a little bit of faith, a little bit of optimism. So at least let them run it out there and see what happens before we go, oh, right guard is just going to be a hole. Like there's plenty of development happening there. So I'm a little concerned. I'm not really worried about it though.
Yeah, exactly. Just like you said, I believe in Tony Sperano. I think that like once we got him, I think it was a guy that really just helped us fix a lot of things, a lot of issues that we had and stuff like that. And so I believe in him. I believe in what he's capable of. So I just think that there's no reason to sit there and not trust that guy. I think he really
and just kind of going through all these like position groups. The one thing that's kind of like worrying me now is if we don't get off to a hot start, right? If things aren't great, but they're okay. Like say Daniel Jones just kind of manages the game, but we're like, I don't know, 2-2, 2-3, something like that. Like we're not really winning everything. We're just in the mix there, right? I feel like the fan base is going to make a lot of pressure to start AR, bench Daniel Jones, all of that. And I don't want to sound like, the definition of insanity, all that shit, but like, I don't know. To me, like, especially with the O-line, consistency is the one thing they need more than anything. So if after 4 or 5 games, if we're just average, my leaning would be play it out. Like, just continue to play it out because things are going to get better through the season. I think you can see that pretty consistently, aside from injuries. It's like if you just let guys get reps together, they will improve. But the worst thing we can do is like if we're just kind of on the cusp and say, oh, this isn't good enough, take him out, throw Anthony Richardson in, and then you kind of start from ground zero again. Like now everyone has to adjust to that and throws off the whole team. That's like the one thing I'm just looking ahead and being worried about now. Is like if we're just not great to start, so the fan base makes all this pressure. I know it's going to happen. I hope it doesn't, but I know it will. Like
I'm not really too worried about it. At that point, I feel like if we're that bad, we'd already be out.
Not bad. If we're bad, then I think you do make the switch. Like if we're 0-4 and Daniel Jones sucks, you make the switch.
I don't think you do either way. I think if we're really that bad, you just stick with it. We've done this for years now. This whole, we're playing bad. Let's start a different quarterback.
Well, I'm saying if he's
let's go with this guy.
4 picks a game, 50 yards.
But it's got to be early. I'm talking week 2. If it's just god awful, we're getting blown the fuck out both games. It can't be like week 7 and we've got some wins under our belt and You know,
Yeah,
he's
it's
playing
exactly
You
badly.
say, oh, let's
Because
switch.
people have bad, they have bad stretches. I mean, shit, you watch baseball. There's baseball players that go 0-22 for hits.
Well-
You know what I'm saying? And it's like you still don't bench the guy. I don't want to be like midway through the season and we're like,
All right, let's
I
make a
don't know.
change to try and salvage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
try
to
and
try
get
to make
started.
the playoffs. If we're making a push for the playoffs, and you're like, oh well, Daniel Jones might not be cutting it. Let's make a switch. At that point, no, I'm not for that.
Yeah.
If we're fucking trash, then sure. But it's got to be early.
That's kind of my point. It's like if we're just kind
First
of
month.
average or just even in the mix at all, leave it alone. Is my feeling. Like even if we're 2-4, whatever.
Have confidence in the guy you picked.
You
to
made
do
the
it.
choice, yeah. So write it up. But
Yeah,
I
I think-
I know the fan base is going to get loud about it, and I'm already like pre-annoyed about it.
But Trev, I mean,
That's when you'll see me
got,
delete all my social media again.
Trev, you're justified to feel that way because it's definitely going to happen. Anytime we see anything, if it's an overthrow, if it's a one touchdown game,
we're reactionary.
if it's
fan base.
if it's a 12 for 18 game with 198 yards, you're going to hear about it. You're going to hear the AR stuff. And
AR would have had
stuff like
200.
that. It's
like Woody, we don't know.
it's going to come regardless. So.
Yeah.
I think the best case there is just to worry about wins and losses. I don't think it's really anything else is really going to matter at that point.
Oh, I'm 100% with that. The number one thing that's been bothering me, and I don't mean to drag on about the QB talk. We've heard all of it, but I don't like this crowd of Colts fans, and I don't know if it's a majority, minority, or what. But there's a significant group of Colts fans who would rather see the team fail because they didn't start AR than see like anything work. Like they'd rather us go 0-17 so they can say, "Oh, see, I told you so." Like AR would have been better than that.
Those are
We
those
don't
same
know
fans. Those are those same fans that if we do have success and if we win the division, we make the playoffs, that I'm just going to ignore when they're all hyped up.
Yeah, like that's.
Well, I
that's-
remember you said this. You
Yeah.
didn't hope for this.
At the end of the day, I'm a Colts fan. I think they've
Yeah.
made mistakes. I would have started AR, whatever, blah 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 blah. But like, I'm a Colts fan. I want the Colts
I
to
will,
win.
I will always hope for them to win. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit who's starting. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. There's been some pretty wild takes. I mean, I've seen somebody said
It's a heated fan.
they tweeted out talking about opening day, Daniel Jones tears his ACL or something like that. Or
Oh, that's insane.
Why would you hope
like,
that on anyone?
there's been some wild takes and like it's just
That's the shit that bothers me, man.
so
He didn't.
Again, like-
he didn't have to come to Indy. Like he came here to play football to try to make a team better. Have your opinion about the guy, but like to wish injury on him, like that's just pick a different sport, man. If football is too heavy for you, you're too emotionally
Go
affected by it.
golfing. Go golfing.
You need a calmer sport, because
go golf.
you
Something.
need to go for
you
sport.
you can have your favorite. Like I've been said I would have vouched for AR. I would have started AR. I'm in that camp, but like I'm not. I want Daniel Jones to play well. I want him to win games. Like wishing for injury for him is insane, man. He's a Colts player.
Even for teams I don't like.
No,
And
yeah,
players that I
want
don't
teams
like.
at their
I don't
best.
ever wish injury on anyone. Like
No.
that's their paycheck. That's their family. That's food. Like I
Also, if you beat a team when they're injured, then they get to use that excuse. I want everybody healthy. So when I beat the shit out of you, I can be like, "There's no excuse. I'm just better." Like
yeah.
Yep.
that's crazy, man.
Absolutely, man. So we'll definitely see it all. And then Trisha's saying here, somebody said throw Bean in. You mean Riley Leonard? We lost Bean. This is the thing that I'm on. I'm getting so sick of this contingent of Colts fans that just want any fucking quarterback. Keep saying like we had the fan base that were riding with Sam Ellinger, Riley Leonard, Jason
Chad
Bean,
Kelly.
like whoever the fuck it is.
Chad
Like, can
Kelly.
we stop?
Because
I get our quarterbacks have been bad, but like we don't have to just hope anybody will come and save us. Not every quarterback is going to be better. Like dude,
Let's go get AJ McCarron from the XFL. Like what the hell?
Like my God, this stuff needs to stop, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I like what we saw from Riley Leonard in the preseason. Played very well. He's a competitor. He's an athlete. He's not a franchise quarterback right now, so there's no reason for 15 to be in the game at any point. But I like the guy. I'm a fan. But just let's relax. That camp of Colts fans, just pump the brakes. Wait a couple years. See how he develops.
we gotta chill. Ballard will be gone soon. I promise.
Maybe.
It'll be 3 more years, but he will be gone. I promise.
Also, hey, if just hypothetical, if Riley Leonard is the savior of this franchise, doesn't that make Ballard a great QB for finding him in the 6th round? Like, it's got to be one or the other. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have Riley Leonard save the franchise and fire Ballard. It doesn't work that way.
They said they're gonna take some Xanax. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, we might as well be popping mollies, my God. Like, what?
I will not
at
be
one
partaking,
tomorrow. I
but
take
Godspeed,
Xanax, and we'll
have
see
fun.
how I'm at come at halftime.
Whatever you got to do to make
Cardiac
it through the
Colts.
game, I guess. I'm
Bro,
just
we'll-
going to have
We'll
coffee.
see.
I
We'll
don't know.
see. We'll see if I leave for the gym at halftime. All right.
Oh no, not you. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah,
saying
that would've
you
been
think
you.
that. I'm just saying. I'm saying a bunch of Colts fans have said they throw Jason Bean in there. They've just said some wild stuff. I didn't mean you. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I'm holding a bottle of liquor by halftime, then we know that the season is not going to be well.
It's all right.
If I leave and go to the gym at halftime, y'all know I'm already
everyone
done.
remember, it is week 1. There's
I will
60
I
more.
will
know.
forget that by halftime.
I will
I'm
too.
telling you.
I'm reminding myself here.
If we lose, man, I'm gonna be the ultimate crash out. I think
Bro,
this is the perfect.
Michigan's about to
opportunity.
score on the first play of half.
Damn.
They did
Arizona
score.
State is getting their ass kicked by
Yeah, but
just-
they were down 14-0 though.
Whatever adjustment they just made, that dude just took off 75 yards.
been a wild night of college football. I know DeMarco doesn't want to talk about college
been-
football. It's all right.
It's been a good day.
Oh,
of
I'm
college
fine.
football.
I'm fine. Hashtag
Kansas
Hey.
blew it, bro. Kansas fucking blew it. They got no receivers over there, dude. They trash. These dudes were fucking dropping everything.
Well, Tressa commented Colts win 24-17 for the boss. I think I'm around there too. I think 21-18, something like that. I expect a strong game from the team.
I'm hoping for at least 30 points. I'm hoping. If we can get at least
It'd be
30
nice.
points,
I'm not going to predict
I'm
it
good.
though.
I'm good.
I'm going to
Yeah.
say 21-17 is my prediction.
For the last 8 years, I've been predicting low scores. All right, and I want something. I want some excitement. Man.
Get the blood.
Yeah, I'm gonna need like 31-17.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
I'm with you on that one.
I'm not against it.
That's what I'm gonna need.
I'd be good with 31-0.
I can wrap my head around that. I could be okay with that.
I mean, if Tyreek Hill and Devin A-Chain weren't playing, then maybe.
Yeah, no, I know.
I feel like it's gonna be hard to keep those guys out. Period. But this will be good to see what Lou does. You're supposed.
That's the big thing to watch for tomorrow.
He's supposed to specialize in taking people away. So I would imagine that Jalen Waddle, Devin A-Chain, or Tyreek Hill, one of those guys are gonna have a really bad day. That's what
Don't
I'm
start
saying.
all three of them.
Listen, Tressa. I'm in Washington State. There's no DraftKings or FanDuel up here. I'm not allowed to. I gotta drive 3 hours to Oregon to even set up a fucking team if I wanted to, and I'm not doing that because the money I could potentially win back just paid for my gas. It's not worth it.
Jacob, don't do that, bro. He said he may end his 9 months of sobriety tomorrow. It ain't worth it.
I'm telling you, hey, that's exactly what I was talking about. I haven't had a drink since like February, so I'm telling you, if I got a bottle in my hand by
Tune into
halftime,
baseball, just a nice, calm Tampa Bay Rays game.
nope, because the
Take it
Giants
easy.
be pissing me off too. So I ain't tuning into that either. Nope.
We're in trouble. We're in trouble.
Man, Phillies almost made me mad as fuck today, dude. We went up 4-2, and then Luzardo started fucking up. And, it almost became ugly quick, but we won.
Yeah, I'm just lucky I don't get pissed off at Gators games too. Otherwise, it'd be real.
Oh yeah, it'd be. I'm sitting here screaming because we're only up 10 against LA.
I don't get mad at Longhorn games either. I just turn it off and go to a different game if they're pissing me off. I'm like, I don't care that much about college. I mean, I like college football, but I don't care about the team that I support as much as I do when it comes to the Colts.
Yeah, the Colts are the one team that will just ruin every fucking thing.
I will fucking flip houses because of the Colts. But when it comes to any other
sad, bro.
When it comes to any other team,
I just turn the TV off and be like,
well, you know what? I'm gonna watch something else.
But not tomorrow. Tomorrow, Colts are winning.
Yeah,
21-17.
I'm with the Colts tomorrow.
Yes, I did not get Zach and Damon's picks, but I believe we are 5 picks for the Colts. So,
Damon would pick the Colts.
So I guess that means
Zach
we lose.
is going to say we're going to lose. Zach is going to say like 35, 18.
Zach's going to say trade everyone by halftime.
Fire Ballard, fire Shane. I'm like, Well, you might be right, but
You might be right.
but shut up, dude. Stop.
Damn, he tried to tackle you.
But it's finally here. We've made it. Week 1, NFL. Starting
part is-
next week, we will
worst
have
part is-
actual football to talk about.
I don't know if everyone's like me, but tomorrow I'm gonna wake up like it's Christmas morning. It's gonna be like 5 a.m. and the game doesn't come on. 5 a.m. for me, game don't come on until 10 here, so not 1 o'clock, but
Yeah,
5
sit
o'clock.
tight,
I'm waking
yeah.
up in the morning. I'm gonna be sitting there twiddling my thumbs,
Waiting.
like God
Yeah,
damn it.
I'm gonna be
I
mad
might,
because
I might go to the gym before the game and then go to the gym after the game, depending on how the game goes.
I might need to do something because I got all my laundry and everything done today. So I got nothing tomorrow. It's just
I bet
wake
you
up,
did watching
bro,
that
I
Florida
just
game.
like to be
I have
staring
Monday.
at
I have Monday and Tuesday off too, so I'm like I'm waiting to do like
Ooh.
you know I gotta hook
TV.
my
Hopefully
I gotta
we
hook
win, or you gonna be sitting there for 2 days straight. Just
Steam.
bro. Well, I got my therapy appointment on Monday. All right.
You'll be good. You'll be good.
Yeah, but
You
I
can
gotta
tell them how the Colts
know,
won.
so I still got to take my RV to the dump station, hook it up, do all that stuff. You know, I didn't do it today like I normally do. I figured I'd wait till after the game.
for sure. Trista says, "Great show, guys.
Saturday.
We should be on next Saturday.
Saturday.
So yeah, hopefully we got a lot to celebrate. Finally, a week 1
I
win
have
after 10 years.
I have
11
brigade
years.
duty, but I might still be on. I'm probably still gonna be on.
All right.
Every Saturday.
So that'll do it for us,
8:15 Eastern, 7:15 Central, right?
And
I
then
don't know if I got my time
5:15
zones right.
Pacific. 5:15 Pacific. Yeah.
We don't worry about Mountain Time. It's not real.
We don't miss it during the regular season.
We're pretty
right.
good about it. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
be here. Talking about a Colts win.
Jacob says 17-10. Colts.
There we go, Jacob.
If
All
it's
right.
17-10, I will be angry. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'll be happy about the win.
Wins
but
a
I
win.
feel like
Wins a win.
I feel-
I don't care.
I wouldn't be mad. We held the
I'll be
Dolphins to
so-
10 points.
I'll be so damn bored.
I
Robert
don't give a
Garcia,
damn.
Matt, where's your snowflake drink? What is he talking about? Oh, this motherfucker. Nah, man. We good. We good, homie.
All right.
Big 1-0
Appreciate
coming tomorrow.
everybody. Week 1 starts tomorrow. NFL season is back and underway. Your crew is here. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate my guy Matt and Trev.
Yes, sir.
Everybody, y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all next week. And as
Go.
always,
Go
Go
Colts.
Colts.
go Colts.
Second down, he fakes the Taylor, fires over the middle, completes.